Hello, everybody. Welcome to Era Wrestling. Daniel Terry, along with my co-host
Jon Diamond.
Jon Diamond, and we're coming with you this week with a big debut here with Era Wrestling. John,
Ron Sexton taking on Rogue, but I'm more concerned about Payne and Mountain Man. Now that's the main event.
that is a main event match I'm looking forward to, and we are very excited to have that match. That's an interesting clash of style, I think.
Oh yeah.
But both those guys traditionally known to be bruisers, but Payne may be a little more technical in the ring, so I'm anxious to see how that plays out. But also looking forward to Ron Sexton.
I don't know much about Ron Sexton.
I have seen him just a little bit. He's known throughout the Southeast. Ron's been on some big shows, been around, wrestled some big time names here in the sport of professional wrestling. And we are very, very excited to have Ron coming to Air Wrestling.
Yeah, didn't he mention something about Southeastern years?
Yeah, I think he was a part of that show. We might be a little young to remember some of that, but I'm sure some of the great wrestling fans that's watching at home right now will probably remember. But anyway, John, some big things going on right now in Air Wrestling. I want to remind everybody at home, Air Wrestling store open, merchandise now available. Very, very affordable prices. What's a price on a t-shirt running right now, John? I had some people ask me the other day, what?
Isn't it $12.90?
$12.90. Folks, you can't, I don't know that you can beat that price with a stick in terms of a custom t-shirt.
No.
So we are very, very excited about our store.
T-shirts, water bottles, hoodies.
Yeah, I'm liking the hoodie jacket. I may have to try one of those out myself, and if I do, I'll wear it here on Air TV so everybody get a taste of what it's like. Maybe you folks at home may be interested in one. But anyway, as we said, Ron Sexton taking on Rogue. We're going to go ahead and take you on up to the ring.
All right, John, here we have a debut this week. Ron Sexton.
Don't think I've ever seen him compete before. You?
Actually, I have seen him a time or two. Got a rich history in Southeastern wrestling. Been all over the place. All over the United States, I guess, for that matter. Uh,
Exactly how old is he then?
well, I don't really know his age, but I'll tell you this about him. He's been in that ring enough to where he knows every trick.
I have a suspicion he probably created half of them.
Well, I guess that could be, but I'll tell you something. He's going to need a lot of them in here with this guy Rogue. We've seen how many weeks have we seen Rogue now?
Quite a bit. I mean, he's famous for his finishing hold, the count the lights, because that's what he does the most.
You're referring to him getting pinned a lot, I guess.
Yes.
Well, he's yet to secure a victory in air wrestling, which leads me to make this statement. How exactly has he continued to be in air wrestling? Does he know someone in the office, or?
I have wondered that myself.
I mean, we've made it very clear to everyone at home that we're in a process of trying to select our roster. But it seems that Rogue has slipped in under the door and secured a spot without actually impressing anybody that much.
Well, now, I have a suspicion that it's because, J.J. Wendell's always said, and as the rest of the board, they listen to the fans. And I'm assuming that the fans keep contacting Era, wanting to see more Rogue because they enjoy watching him lose.
Nah, I don't think any fans got a hold of anybody wanting to see Rogue. But there you see in this match. Uh, honestly, I don't really know that either one of these guys will ever or have ever endeared themselves much to the fans. Um, they'll both take any shortcut they can get.
Yeah, I've noticed that the crowd is really not behind either one of them. They hate them both fairly equally.
Now you seen just then, as we were saying that, Ron Sexton pulling the jeans of Rogue to take him down to the canvas.
Well, it worked, didn't it?
All shortcuts usually work,
Well, that's what it's for.
just that they're illegal.
Well, I mean, as long as you get a win.
Yeah, well, I guess so. But here we've got Ron Sexton on top right here. He's got the armbar applied. And I'll tell you something, the interesting thing about Ron Sexton, the reason I like Ron so much, being a part of Air Wrestling, he really understands the concept. Work smart, not hard. He's a very, very smart wrestler.
Well, he's smart enough to stay on Rogue's arm right here. I mean, you pick a body part, you stay on it. Of course, now Rogue has
Yeah, well,
turned the tables on us.
Yeah, Rogue going to the choke now. And I tell you what, I really don't know how to call this match. It's pretty much one shortcut right after the other. I guess when both guys are doing it, it cancels out, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah, so using that logic, it's all legal, right?
Well, yeah, if I was a referee, if they were both going to do it, I'd probably let it go.
I mean, there's nothing classy about choking a man, but it's effective.
And here we go right back to it again.
And back to the
And
eyes.
eye gouge. I tell you what, I'm surprised the referee hasn't thrown this thing out yet, but they're not really trying to hide any of it, are they?
No, they're not. And back to choke. First Rogue chokes him, now he chokes Rogue.
There you see the official getting on to Ron there. And once again, Ron knows he's got a 5 count, and he's going to take 4.5 seconds of that anyway.
Did you see that right there? He was just standing on Rogue's head. That's not a fancy maneuver by no means, but
it's effective.
yeah. You gotta think of the pain that induces.
Well, so far, I'll have to say Ron's having a good debut. And here we go back to a choke. You know, I don't agree with his tactics, but he is a veteran, and I'm gonna tell you something. He's in there with a younger man, and I think Ron understands if he can take an advantage in the match, he's gonna do whatever it takes.
All that matters is getting a win. In the record books, all you care is there's a W by your name. There's no parentheses saying how you got that W.
Well, I don't know. The way Air Wrestling's getting, that could change. Seems like we're getting awful strict. I know your wallet's a little lighter here these days.
Yeah, I don't like that a bit. J.J. Wendell likes to find people. And I didn't do a thing to deserve it.
And here you see an official administering the count here. Looks like Ron's going to pull him back in. And down across I tell you
back
what,
out he goes.
Rogue is going to have to be taken to a medical facility somewhere to get his throat checked before this match is even over. Ron has worked and worked and worked Rogue's throat. It's got to be getting sore and hard to breathe.
Well, I mean, Rogue the same way. Every time he gets a chance, he goes right to Ron's throat. He chokes him just as much.
Haven't seen a lot of wrestling in this, have we?
No, it's just a fight.
Well, oddly enough, I know that Ron is a great technical wrestler. Just
Both
not
these
really
men
showing it
just
right
want to
now.
win. That's all they want. And you can't blame them, can you? Everybody
No.
wants to work up that ladder. They want a shot at the television championship. Which, let's be honest, is not a smart move because look who the champion is.
Yeah, I figured somehow you would work that into the match because you always do. At least you're consistent. What did we get right here? A 2 count?
That was a very, very That was very close to a 3 count. That's what that was. He hit him with that jawbreaker and almost got the win. Now, what's he setting him up for here? It doesn't matter what he's setting him up for.
He takes a backdrop. But I'll tell you what, Rogue might be on his way back right here. A big fist, another one. And what's he going to do?
Probably choke him.
Yeah, that would be a safe bet.
Oh, shoulders to the gut.
Well,
He's using
Rogue's
the
got the ropes, and well,
the referee sees it.
Yeah, the official seen it and breaks up the cover.
He's spending too much time talking to the official there.
I thought I seen Ron actually tell the official that
Rogue
had the rope.
Now he does the same thing to Rogue.
Yeah, and the ref checks for the foot, but now he puts the feet on the rope.
Smart. That's a veteran move right there.
He waited till the referee checked, then he puts his foot. Very, very smart by Ron. Folks, a big debut victory for Ron. And
Rogue's back to counting the lights.
Yeah, we're going to take a break, folks. Congratulations to Ron on his debut win, and we're going to be right back.
Special about Dexter York. I don't understand any of that.
We're on air.
I don't care if we're on there. What's so special? Why they have to show some old footage of him wrestling pain?
I'm not the producer. I don't put that stuff together, man. We kind of show up and we do the show, and I don't have any control over it.
He's the Air Television champion, and here they go and try to make him look bad.
Well,
these people don't know Dexter York.
I don't think they're trying to make him look bad. It's just, that's the whole reason behind it. You know, folks at home may not know Dexter, and we're giving people a little taste of what they can expect from Dexter York.
Well, keep in mind, that was years ago. We don't know what Dexter York's like now.
I'm not arguing. Dexter York's just like he was, I'll assure you. He's good, man, and we're excited.
Payne is not. He's in better shape now. He's better. He is the Air Television champion.
He is. We're not trying to take that away from him. Nobody had any kind of vendetta against Payne, I'm sure, when they made that package.
I wouldn't bet money on that.
I mean, but it is relevant. I mean, you've got the top guy in the company right now, and Dexter, you know, through that package that we showed you guys at home, holding his own.
Let's move on. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, well, we got a real quick mailbag that we want to do. And what do we got this week? One question?
Yeah, one question this week. We're kind of strapped for time. Kind of pertains to what we just talked about with the Air Television Championship.
Okay.
Steve from Oakdale wants to know.
Okay.
We've been talking about Draven Lee as number one contender. Now, what happens, win, lose, or draw, after he gets a title shot? Who's next?
I personally don't know whose name is in there next because I do work in the office, but I'm not technically on board of directors. I think that's something that we would have to get with them and ask. But I do know how they do it. I do know how they figure the formula. One loss record is how they figure out who the top contender is. Of course, Draven Lee, one of the best one-loss records in air wrestling.
What, even better than Rogues?
Poor old Rogue, not faring well with us here in air wrestling.
Yeah, we just saw that a minute ago.
Well, you know, but he is impressive at times. He shows shades of success, but
congratulations, Ron Sexton.
Well, Ron got a big win, and you know, you can't take that away from him. No matter who you beat, it's a win. But anyway, we're getting away from the question.
Right.
The board of directors, they do have a formula. They review one-loss record, but something else that they review is they look at popularity amongst the folks that come to the show. How many emails, we do the mailbag here. We get a certain amount of emails, seems like, for each guy. Some guys a little more than others. I think that the office, they look at that a lot. So, which makes a lot of sense. That's like any other business. You have certain favorites, and we do consider you at home. You are our boss. We work for you. And if we figure out that you guys want to see a certain athlete get a shot at a title, then we're going to try to make that happen. So I hope that answers Steve's question. I want to remind him and everybody else at home, we read your emails on the air here with the air mailbag. You will receive a free admission to a live event.
That's right. Speaking of, the television championship, the champion is up next, going 101 the Mountain Man.
Excited to be seeing that.
Might be the last time you ever see Mountain Man.
Or vice versa.
No, I didn't.
I am, somewhat of a fan of both of these guys. I've always thought Payne does an excellent job in the ring. I think Mountain Man is a bully, which has worked for him very, very well over the years. He's had a lot of success with that style. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how Payne, now that he's kind of the top dog, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how he handles that. So he's not used to somebody getting in there and going toe-to-toe.
He'll be fine. He's champion.
Well, sure. Now, to clarify for everybody at home, this is a non-title match.
Of course, Mountain Man hadn't earned no title shot.
Well,
in my opinion, Draven Lee hadn't either, but I'm not on the...
Draven Lee hasn't either. What else does he got to do? He beat everybody we put him in there with.
He hadn't beat Payne.
Payne's got the belt right now. Well, that's the last guy on the run,
I'll say this, if he actually has some opportunity to pin Payne 1, 2, 3 in a non-title match, then I would say, yeah, he deserves a title shot. But that's not going to happen.
Well, if he does, and he beats him, he's not going to deserve a title shot. He's going to be the champion.
That'll never happen. Let's just go to the match.
Well, we are going to go to the match. We're going to take you on up to the ring.
All right, John, I know here's the one you've been waiting for this
yeah.
week. The television champion, Payne, taking on the Mountain Man.
I know old Mountain Man. He's a tough competitor. Prides himself on hurting people, beating people up. But the stupidest thing he ever done was agreeing to this match.
Well, I wouldn't say it's stupid. Everybody wants an opportunity to be TV champion.
It's non-title, though.
Well, that really makes no difference. The fact of the matter is, if he could secure a victory here over Payne, he's a shoo-in to get a shot.
Well, I could see your logic, but he's not really going to be a shoo-in if he's in the hospital.
Well, I'm sure that's not entered into his mind, and a big clothesline right there. I think something that's unusual about this match, Mountain Man's got a history of, let's just go ahead and face it, he's a bully in the ring.
That's true.
And he's always had a history of that. He's always been able to push people around in the ring, and that's what secured him a lot of victories. With a guy like Payne, there's going to be no bullying.
No.
And if anything, you're going to get bullied, and I think that's what's happening right now.
He's had no offense so far. And I would imagine it's going to stay that way.
Well, he proved you wrong, didn't he?
He got lucky there. I'm pretty sure it's a low blow anyway.
Well, he certainly wouldn't be above it.
No, he wouldn't.
He'd give you a low blow if he had to.
Now he scratched the back. See that?
Well, I think that's probably not a very effective move since Payne has a t-shirt on, but that's just me.
He tried anyway. Oh.
The interesting thing about these two individuals, this is a a long-standing rivalry that I know a lot of people at home probably aren't familiar with. They don't like each other. Never have.
Let's be honest, there's a lot of people who don't like Mountain Man.
Well, and vice versa. There's a lot of people that don't like Pain as well.
That's not true.
That is true. And when you're carrying around the belt, you can add to that.
I'm still not very happy about these little promos showing coming in 2 weeks, Dexter York. Why is it that in these promos, most of it is him beating on Pain? This is matches that match took place years ago.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a producer.
I don't like it.
Well, I think that particular match that you're talking about, that they show some highlights from, I think that they felt it was relevant since he was taking on a current member and the current champion, television champion here in Air Wrestling.
Well, I disagree with that logic.
It's logic, though. You can't argue that.
Well, I'm trying.
Well, you're not being very successful at it. And here we see Mountain Man got the advantage currently.
Currently is the key word. This ain't gonna keep up.
You know, Pain. You know, we brought it up earlier with the Mountain Man not being able to bully Pain. Pain's kind of in the same boat. Pain's got a very bullying style of wrestling. He uses a lot of strength and just pure size advantage to secure victories in matches. And here you see Mountain Man. You know, he is a veteran and he's smart. And what's he doing right here? He's working the knee. He's working the back. He's trying to take Pain off his feet for good.
But, see there? Pain's smart. Got his foot in the ropes.
Well, I think that Mountain Man has got, and with this unusual, some remnant of a game plan coming into this, which I don't know that he usually does.
Well, I think Mountain Man is trying to step up his game. He knows he's in there with television champion. He knows what it means to win this match. So he's putting a lot more effort in. It's not going to help.
By the way, I just want to make this. Here you've got Pain in a non-title match again.
Mm-hmm.
How long's it been since he defended the title? It's getting ridiculous. He's supposed to defend that title versus Draven Lee. Is that correct?
That's what I keep hearing.
Well, since I know that you may not technically be Pain's manager anymore, but I do know for a fact he does call you and ask you about advice on contract negotiation. What's the holdup on the contract?
Look, I don't work in the Era offices. I'm not on the board of directors. He calls me. He talks to me about this, that, and the other, but see, at the end of the day, it's all the board of directors. They're the ones signing these matches. You need to talk to J.J. Wendell or somebody on that one.
Well, I do talk to J.J. Wendell pretty regular.
Oh, big leg drop.
And he seems to think the problem may be on Pain's end.
I highly doubt that.
Well, you know, I don't know that for sure, but it seems like it's taken an awful long time. I don't think it's going to last much longer. I think he's going to be forced into it.
Look here, you know, Pain is not afraid to get in the ring with Draven Lee. We all know
I'm
that.
not saying that. I've known Pain longer than you have. I don't think Pain's afraid to get in the ring with anybody. But I'll tell you something he is afraid of, losing that belt. Because we both know the guy who's got the belt is the guy who's making the money. We know that.
Pain is a 2-time Era television champion.
Which means he knows he can get beat.
That's
all that means.
That was a fluke.
That wasn't a fluke. David Michaels, former television champion, he beat him, in my opinion, he beat him fair and square.
There was outside interference in that match, and you know.
No, there was not interference. Payne chose to get distracted, which has always been his MO.
But you can't be distracted without outside interference.
And here you got Payne taking a break here, getting back into the ring.
And Mountain Man getting outsmarted.
Yeah, just getting ready to make that point. He's a smart guy. Payne is the champion for a reason. And he knew that Payne or that Mountain Man would follow him in there and he would cut him off. He knew it.
See, Payne is a lot smarter than Mountain Man's giving him credit for. Because that was a near fall right there.
Well, honestly, I don't think Mountain Man really thinks about how smart a guy is when he's in there with him. I think the game plan usually with him is, I'm going to try to punch this guy in the mouth until he quits.
Well, that's the difference between Mountain Man and Payne.
Yeah.
Mountain Man's the guy who punches you in the mouth. Payne's the guy who wins championships.
Because he punches you in the mouth.
Yes, but he does it smart.
He's a better mouth puncher than Mountain Man, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. But anyway, here he's doing something smart, and he's working the back of the Mountain Man, trying to incapacitate Mountain Man so he can't continue. But I'm going to tell you something. I've seen a lot of guys try that, and here you see a roll-up.
Nope. See.
I think you got a 2 count right there, man. That was close.
Something outside the ring distracted Payne.
Oh, that's unusual, isn't it? The only times we've ever seen Payne lose matches is because something outside distracted him. Oh, somebody's screaming at me. Hey, there's a dime. Whatever it is. Payne's the easiest guy in the world to get distracted.
Well, you want to talk about easy. Did you see how easy it was for Payne to poke Mountain Man in the eyes?
Yeah, I noticed that.
Didn't take much effort, did it?
Well, it didn't take much effort, but it's so commonplace now to see Payne use tactics like that. I hardly
So does Mountain Man.
Yeah, he does, but I hardly ever even mention him anymore. Like, we've seen a lot of that this week.
Yeah, people like to poke other guys in the eyes, don't they?
Yeah, and choke them. We've seen that a lot this week.
It's effective. That's all that matters.
But here we got some big chops, and that's what Mountain Man's known for. A lot of people don't know. Mountain Man, a guy that taught me how to do those.
He's going for a pile driver.
Here he goes.
He is not going to be able to pick him up.
And what's this?
That's
Rick Roberts just hit the ring. What's he doing?
Talk about getting distracted. Look how easily Mountain Man's getting distracted.
But he didn't touch him. And what's going to go on right here? They're not in the ring. He didn't touch him. And we're administering a count right here.
He's letting it go. Referee is going for a 10 count. And if Mountain Man's not smart, he's going to get himself counted out.
And what are we leaving?
Yeah, he chased Rick Roberts out of the building, and that's it. Match is over.
And here, wait a minute, Draven Lee's now in the ring.
He has no business out here.
Payne has no idea he's in here right now. What's going to happen here? Payne distracted with the Mountain Man. What's going to happen?
We're almost out of time.
We are. We're almost out of time. We're going to have to go. Well, a big drop kick from Draven Lee.
He has no business out here.
And he made a statement, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to go. We'll see you next week, everybody.